Hello and welcome to Channel's Book Club. I am Olakunle Kasumo. So after the national essay competition we organized, the three top contestants went on to the promised sponsored trip to the city of Sharjah in the United Arab Emirates to be a part of the 2018 Sharjah International Book Fair and more. Join us to experience that amazing trip with them. Enjoy this. It was the third season of the Channel's Book Club Literature Prize. The competition was a national book review essay contest, and the task was to pick up Jawar Ile's novel and after many days, read it and write an essay to review it. Joining Channel's television as sponsor of the competition was the Sharjah Book Authority of the city of Sharjah. The prize was a fully sponsored trip to the 2018 Sharjah International Book Fair, the world's third biggest book fair. After what turned out to be a tough writing battle, followed by an interview test, 3 students came out tops. 15-year-old Ife Olatono, 15-year-old Ose Legbedion, and 16-year-old Iriayo Olota. It was the beginning of an unforgettable experience for them, starting with meeting the author of the book they read and reviewed, just as they were about to depart Nigeria. The Sharjah International Book Fair lived up to its billing for the winners in terms of providing more than enough intellectual and learning activities.
So, maybe I'll teach you one technique of how to answer some of these questions. It's called structured conversation. Structured conversation is important in organizations. When you're especially talking to somebody senior, they have very low patience to listen to you.
It's called The Cartel and the Force. I think Lee Child is probably going to go down as one of the best writers of our time. And you know, Lisa Gardner is also truly fantastic.
There was the exploration of technology. Millions of books to see. And visits to other interesting exhibition stands, including a fascinating one with antiquated books dated hundreds of years ago.
This is actually a book written by Gasparo Balbi, who was a jeweler from Venice, who came to the region and mentioned here Dubai, Sharjah, Abu Dhabi, Ajman, Ras Al Khaimah. So this is the first time the Emirates were being mentioned in a book printed in the West. This book was printed in 1590, and you know, this is a cornerstone for every library concerning the region here, because the first time the Emirates were in print. So
did you say 1590?
1590, yeah.
Whoa.
So that's already Dubai. You see here. Well, let me take it out. See, Dubai, Sharjah, Ras Al Khaimah. So these were all the Emirates. The Baniyas is also Abu Dhabi. So it was all being mentioned in 1590. So that's quite early. Want to have a look at it? If I will take off this, you can have a look at the title page. It's a 19th century binding, so the binding is later than. It's pretty, huh? We can't open it. I have to remove the plastic for that. So this is the title. Viaggio del India Orientali by Caspar Balbi, printed in Venice in 1590.
Here, they met a contemporary, 14-year-old Fabian, who dazzled with his knowledge of his father's business.
This telescope was used around 150 years ago to monitor the Arabian Gulf. And this mostly happened because the British government, they said that most maps from back then, they were too terrible and they had many errors. And after doing so, they decided to send out many ships to monitor the Arabian Peninsula in a better fashion. And this telescope, it was used to monitor the Arabian Gulf. And yeah, that's about all there is to it.
150 years old.
Yeah, and this thing still works actually.
Still works? Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I still have to adjust the focus and figure out how to do it, but it might actually still work. Yeah, it's not really in focus yet. But if you look through, you can actually see that.
Look at it.
Anyone,
Look at it.
anyone wants to look? You gotta hold the entire thing like so. You gotta hold this as well. Look as well. That's cool, right? I mean, I still have to adjust the focus because it's not like prepared for this specifically, but it's really beautiful. And it's a really nice brass telescope, and honestly,
Wow.
but you gotta imagine it's 150 years old, and here you can see an engraving, right?
Yeah.
Here you can see writing, and this writing was actually
What's here? What's there? What's written there?
okay, so basically this just basically says that this telescope was given from the captain or the lieutenant to the illustrator of the pictures. And this was given from him to him. It was basically passed down. I don't quite know why, but yeah, here, if I remember correctly, you can even see like a signature from, well, I don't know if this is a signature, but it's the name of the captain. It's an absolutely phenomenal and beautiful piece, and yeah, I'm very proud to have this on display this year.
But it was not all intellectual. There was plenty of fun within and outside of the book fair. Watching ninja fights. Visiting an amazing aquarium. How about the rain room, where rain falls yet you don't get wet? How about a spectacular trip and night out on the Arabian deserts?
During the drive, we're looking for a safety. We are not doing any crazy drive over there. We'll do the safe drive. After the dune drive, we go for the camp where we're going to have a dinner. Okay, on the campsite, we do have a barbecue dinner over there. We do have a water and soft drinks. We do have the tea things. We're serving kadak chai, you know, the tea with the milk. We're serving the black tea with the mint. And we serve the gawa as well. You know about the gawa, the Arabic coffee.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we do have the stargazing session as well in the camping area. Yeah, we do have the telescopes, the big telescopes. You can hear me in the back now. Yeah. Okay. We do have the big telescopes, and we do have the professional astronomers, like an education team. They are the one leading the stargazing session over there. Then after the stargazing, we can come back over here.
This is part of the Arabian desert, and it's one of the things that makes the Sharjah International Book Fair very exciting. And what they do is not just to get guests to experience books, but also to experience the city of Sharjah and its environs. So visitors to the book fair are brought to places like this, where they see Sharjah city in all its glamour and splendor and excitement.
You see how the sky is full of clouds, and I love the sand duning and how it keeps like on jumping, and I love everything about it. This is the beauty of Sharjah and like the Gulf generally, the sand and everything around here. So the book fair allows everyone, like people from different countries, to be able to see this beauty. Yeah, again, like it gathers everyone from all different countries and allows them to see what Sharjah has.
It's something I did not think I would experience ever. It never once crossed my mind that if I went back in time to say when I was reading the book, when I was writing the essay, and I told myself that I'm going to come here and I'm going to see this, I wouldn't have believed myself at all. So the fact that I'm here now is just amazing.
And beyond Sharjah, visiting the famous Dubai Mall, where there is the biggest bookshop in the world, and the incredible Dubai Dino, a complete skeleton of a gigantic dinosaur that once proudly walked the face of the earth. And of course, checking out the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa. Lots of learning and fun, undoubtedly.
I've had quite a time and I've learned a lot of things along the way. And this trip has really exposed me more than I thought that I would have been exposed. I originally thought that I'll just be like going to a book fair, but then I learned about the culture of the Arabs. I even learned that there are 7 Arab Emirates. I always thought that Dubai was just one place. I learned that Sharjah is different. I learned about Dubai, Abu Dhabi. I learned about different cities. I also learned to become more independent because over the time I had to like be alone. I had my own personal room. So I had to learn to fend for myself. I had to learn to also be very confident because I'm someone that is very reserved. I like to be on my own. I'm always inside my shell. But then I learned to come out and just be myself and be adventurous like I always was told to. So I've really learned a lot. I've had lots of fun and I'm very happy that I was able to have this opportunity to be on this trip.
Everything is so orderly. Despite how big everywhere is, how many people, everything just still has a way of falling into place the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's apart from the obvious, like how impressive everything is and how flashy everything is. Just the fact that despite how big it is and how many people are here, everything is just still really orderly and coordinated.
For me, the trip has exposed me to things I never imagined. It has exposed me to more technology, more creativity. I mean, so many wonderful sites, landmarks, and then the book fair is really encouraging to see how different people from different countries around the world are working together to produce great things that can move people that they've never met before. I mean, it's interesting to see foreigners easily mix, how everybody's friendly. The environment is very neat, very calm, very cool. And the hotel is very nice. The exhibitors are all intelligent people and they have very fantastic work. I'm happy to have been able to buy some books here, and even beyond books, just walking inspires me, and I'm really glad for the opportunity.